Alright, trade recap, but this time on a paper trade account, as you can see right there with the TradingView logo, because yesterday I unfortunately blew my evil account, yeah, the second evil account, but on a different platform. Yeah. Now I have to say, yesterday the private market conditions were like very odd. Now I kind of was a bit predictable that's going to be bearish, but the news yesterday kind of removed it just made it pretty disgusting, at least for me, to trade yesterday. So I wanted to get off, but I still wanted to get kind of break even, and this was my mistake because again, like the root of all of it, I would say, was the beginning where I wasn't like to paying too much attention, and I again accidentally opened the position. But anyways, now I'm standing on zero. I borrowed some money by my account. I think my bank account got frozen, so I kind of have to wait for my salary from Domino's on this Friday. Perhaps I can use the funds again, but it might be still be frozen. I can't use the money, which would be kind of be of a problem because I still have some bills to pay. But anyways, now enough of the private concerns. Let's get to the trade recap. Gold trade, nothing too crazy. It was a good amount. I replicated the whole account on the evil account I was trading previously. And yeah, also with the leverage, etc. Account size, and also the contract size I would have used because I used here a contract size of 2 actually, as you can see here. Um, uh, that kind of shows it. Yeah, 2. Now, anyways, you can also see it perfectly by the buy and sell marks, by the trade marks, where I was opening it. And I was opening a bit later because then I decided, during that you know what, I should actually paper trade this one because I was only doing my drawings because I can't trade, so I want to do something. Now, anyways, let's get over and start with the high time frame. To be honest, the market conditions this time are actually pretty given because it looks way cleaner. Now, from yesterday, huge recession due to the news that they closed the Hormuz route. We kind of got like a pretty big recession on gold, which I wasn't expecting to be honest. But anyways, there was a big recession yesterday, and this created this clean 4-hour Favela gap. Now, price was getting to this Favela gap, and as you can see, it got rejected perfectly. And typically, what I at least thought in the past is when it visit its one time, then it's done. Then after that, it can't be validated anymore. But seems like on the larger, on the higher time frame, with a few of these concepts, it can visit multiple times. Like it's only what I've observed from the past. But anyways, we have clean market conditions, a big Farrell gap that matters. Let's scale down to the 1 hour. We kind of have like a pretty intransparent AMD. Now, I wouldn't particularly count this as a confirmation, to be honest, like as a part of the confluence, but it's still, I kind of see it because we have here the consolidation, the manipulation, and then the distribution. So yeah, but again, I wouldn't particularly use this as a confirmation. We just see it was kind of, accumulating, going up, but kind of losing its momentum. When we go to the 50 minutes, we see here a swing high, another swing high, waiting for this to be formed, for this 50-minute candle. It formed, it swept the swing high, and then we have another confirmation. Okay, now it wants to reverse on a lower time frame. And I wouldn't enter of that because it might go higher because higher highs, and that's the reason why I would use this as a confirmation for reversal but not a entry model. That's the reason why we go to the 5 minutes. We had your sweep, it was a recess, we had a little recession, and this created this 500 Favela gap. Pretty simple entering of this very clean Favela gap right there. We could see price was getting there, consolidating a bit, but then getting to the downside and closing to the previous non-session lows from yesterday. And in my opinion, this was like a very, very easy trade. I also have here this one. Now, I wasn't trading it on this one because this wasn't like a really serious trade. I was just like pointing this drawing because I was kind of interested to see how it's going to behave because this is crude oil. Now, I wouldn't particularly use this trade because we don't really have clean bias on the high time frame. We might get some sort of confirmation on a low time frame, But on a high time frame, we don't really have that confirmation if it really wants to reverse from this point on, right? Well, technically you could say, yeah, this huge candle as an order block, but to be honest, look how large it is, how it ranges, it's just not really that clean. And also in the 4 hours, like it seems like a bit chaotic, since the whole Iran conflict started. So it's a bit hard to position yourself at the moment, I think, and it would be like most reasonable to just wait and let the markets kind of cool off, at least regarding crude oil, because this is like the main point, like the main point of interest from the big parties regarding this whole conflict and the circumstances, of course. So yeah, and the Nasdaq, I didn't really get like a very good and like entry model. I was expecting a reversal, of course, as you could see right there on the 4 hours. Actually, on the daily, I was able to see this very huge support level on the daily and on the weekly, so it's pretty likely to be respected because this is like a very large level. Perhaps it is not impossible that it's going to, proceed kind of this line of lower highs, and we will get the break out to the downside, and then we are going to have like kind of a bigger, you know, um, the recession right now in terms of the markets, like a crash. But for now, I can expect to go up again. But still, we can keep watching like that and see what's going to happen. Because again, as you can see on the daily, it's been very respected this level so far, very, very respected. And to be honest, to a certain point, it would be kind of be my interest that we don't get very soon all-time highs, because you can't trade any instrument on all-time highs because you have no data to compare with. But yeah, besides that, I was very bullish on the Nasdaq today. Um, yeah, solely on the support level, to be honest, and also, of course, which kind of helps it a bit in this sweep on the 1 hour as well. And yeah, but besides that, we didn't, as I mentioned, we didn't really get any entry models. This is kind of the problem. So I wasn't able to place a long right there. Now, for a swing trader, not a swing trader, someone with bigger funds and stuff like that in their account, this, or like even a swing trader, this wouldn't be a problem because, to be honest, it's like a very easy long from there on. But with an evil account with that many rules, it's like nearly impossible. You have to trade like that, as I traded on gold. So yeah, now it was a bit of a longer video, I think. Oh, actually, no, 8 minutes. But it felt like I was talking a lot. But yeah, anyways, long story short, we did this cooking right there on the trading account, still keeping it up, controlling the emotions, and behaving like it would be like a real evil account, because I still think one problem still was that I'm still too new to that, that I have to get warm with it, because I mean I bet less I'm barely less than a month into this whole futures thing, and yeah, not even 3 weeks, not even like barely 2 weeks, so I kind of still need to get warm to it. But I think we're getting like very, very good to a certain direction. So yeah. Now, oh, one thing I forgot to mention: the only entry we kind of got was here within the 10 a.m. manipulation range, with this manipulation to the downside within this Farewell gap. Not the biggest fan of entry based on Farewell gaps, but at this point you kind of have to be, pragmatic, and I would kind of put my. This wouldn't be like a crazy RR, but at this point, doesn't really matter that much. What matters is that you have like a very good risk management, and to be honest, this is what matters the most. Now, of course, regarding with the recession here, we also could target this swing high, which is, to be honest, pretty likely to hit. So yeah, I have to apologize. I have to correct myself. We actually had one single entry model on the 5 minutes, and it was this one. I think this is like good enough. Good enough. Not too complicated at all. But yeah, with that being said, cheers.